man who's been changing the game in applied sports science in Australia and the world for years. The man who is the most passionate coach in the game. The man who is not scared to ask the hard questions to make the industry better. Welcome to his show. Welcome to Ask Woodford. And here's your host as always, Christian Woodford.
G'day guys, welcome to Ask Woodford episode I don't even know and I don't even care, but it doesn't really matter because today I have a special guest, my man Lachie Kennett. I've got 26 minutes. I'm actually going to put on a timer because Bryce isn't here, he's just left me. So I'm all left to my own devices. So this might... Hold on. Let's start. Now, okay, so I've got Lachie Kennett. Now, before we begin, if you want to look a more in-depth version of what Lachie Kennett's story is, I suggest you go to Talking Chimps episode... What episode was it? Episode 7, which was a long, drawn-out process. Let me guess.
2.5.
2.5 hours of drawn-out process. The Ask Woodford show is short, sharp, and efficient. A very streamlined process, unlike the Talking Chimps process, which is long, drawn-out, and people would say overbearing a little bit. That's my subjective opinion. Anyway, welcome to Ask Woodford, Lachie Kennett.
Thank you.
It's okay. Now, Lachie, for everyone out there, let's talk about your story, Kennett. Very good story. I like your story. You came... Actually, you know what? I'll allow you to explain your story to everyone out there. You obviously first came down because of sweet Ethan Wilson. Shout out to Ethan Wilson. Oh, what about Moira? Sweet Moira. So tell us your story, Kennett. Go.
So I came down in 2017, started 2017, because I'd sort of been looking, like I'd seen Woody on social media a bit, probably 6 months before, and sort of been following him a bit, and then I was kind of considering going down, and then I went to school with Ethan, and he went down, and I said, "Oh, do you enjoy it?" And he said, "Yeah, it's like really good down there." So thought I'd come down and try it out, and yeah, as they say, the rest is history.
So hold on, wait. Let's go into a bit more depth than that,
yeah.
Right? So Kennett, so Ethan obviously came down a year before you, or maybe probably a year actually before, maybe 6 months.
No, like 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, fair enough then.
Nice memory, mate.
Shit, I'm glad I can remember that. So I remember you coming down as a quiet young man, and you really, you were. I felt like you were making a lot of excuses, and if you actually listen to the Talking Chimps podcast, I give you a fair bit of props, respect. I think you have transformed into a guy who wasn't even playing one's football in year 12 to now on the brink of signing a contract in the VFL. You've just missed out last year. What was your turning point, really? I mean, when you first came down, I felt like you whinged a lot. What was the turning point in terms of you saying, well, fuck this, I want to become the best I can be. I don't really give a flying fuck what anyone thinks about me. Where I feel a lot of kids your age, what they do is they, and this is just coming from what I've seen personally and something that I've dealt with when I was younger, is what they do is if you're in a group mentality, right, and you're going to follow the herd, I feel like if you're different to anyone else, like Ethan really didn't really care. Ethan was Ethan, and where you were mates with Ethan, but you're slowly going across where a lot of people at your year level kind of would pay Ethan out. And I remember him copping shit, but Ethan's Ethan. I mean, Ethan isn't, he's not a sheep at all. Where a lot of people, young kids, they regret that when they're younger because they're like, oh, I wish I did that and wish I did this because they're just so afraid of doing something different. And I feel like anyone who comes down to Woodford at such a young age, I feel like, especially if, I feel like if you're a loser and, you're a loser mentality is this, right? Oh, you go to Woodfords, fuck, why are you doing that? Fucking all this shit. But these are the same people go nowhere with their life consistently. And I know you know a few of them, right? Yeah. These people are losers. These people, what they do is they message people and they swear at you. They'll try and belittle you. And I think you understand this, and they'll bag me out to you, which is the most funniest thing ever. Is I don't think you understand. If you want to sit through the whole Talking Chimps episode and listen to it, and then bag me out through you, when Man, like for me, I think you've won. You're a success straight away. Do you know why? It's because they're willing to sit through a whole 2.5 hours when I can't. I've not listened to one episode of Talking Chimps. I don't even listen to my own. The only episode I've ever listened to has been the Joe DeFranco one, right? But to do that, you win. So for you to come down here was a win to start with, and now it's just you've developed that. Talk about that and you becoming your own man, because you've kind of just. You don't really give a flying fuck anymore. You've gone after your dreams. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think there was probably, like you said at the start, like a sort of turning point was sort of as I was probably going into year 12. I was sort of expecting to play ones footy at school in year 11 and didn't, and then sort of just I think just over that summer I kind of just started to work a lot harder. Like Woody pushed me a lot harder, and I kind of. Yeah, just stopped sort of making excuses. And just put my head down and worked. But yeah, I think I also, especially the last year, I've sort of noticed that I've sort of stopped caring as much about what people think about me, which definitely helps with that. Yeah. With when people, we know who that message you and bag you out. But
oh, man, it's so good. Man, I don't know about people, but I personally, I knew I was winning in life. Best thing I ever got taught when I started Woodford, right? And I got all this hate. And my mate calls me up and goes, mate, congratulations. I said, what for? And he goes, mate, you're a success right now. I said, why? He goes, because all these people are trying to chop you down. They're trying to belittle you, man. He goes, you've won. He goes, the minute people start doing that, people talking negative about you, trust me, you've won. He goes, you just keep being you keep focusing on your goal. And that's what I said to you is, all this external noise, all these people write to you, bagging me out, call me a wanker, trying to belittle you, making you feel like shit, making you feel like you're unloyal, right? Yeah. Making you trying to deviate. But then the goal straight. Let all these losers bag you out. And when I say losers, you're a fucking loser. You are a fucking loser. You're a nobody hack who'll turn nothing in your life. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. None of you will do anything. We always win. Winners win. Because winners focus on winning. Losers focus on other people. And you're a fucking loser. And you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, do something about it. You won't. Stop talking. This guy does something. This guy, hey. And do you know what? The biggest thing is when people pay you out and pay me out, understand they don't hate you, mate. They hate themselves. Because they're so afraid they follow the sheep. Sheep goes this way, right? They go this way. You've gone this way. So that's a respect to you, right? And when someone pays you out like that and really gets aggressive, mate, take that as a compliment. Take that as, and for me, this took me years to understand, so it's good that you're learning now, is take that as, hey, fuck, man, this person, whoever it is, guy or girl, doesn't matter who it is, this person hates himself that much, they're willing to write to you or listen to you. Hey, they're not a hater, they're a fanboy and girl. Hey, you fanboy. I said to Brick, he's a fanboy. He's a fanboy. These are all my fanboys. So at the end of the day, they're just a fanboy and girl. And I would take that as you are becoming a success, because the minute you have haters is the minute you've won, because you're doing something right. Because they're gonna, if they're gonna pin on you, you're doing something right. That's how I see it. So your mindset changed, your work ethic got better. As you improved on all that, your confidence grew. Talk about that, because you went from pretty much not playing once in year 12 to nearly making a VFL list the year after, just missing out. Now this year, this could be your year that you make it. It's a great story from 2 years ago not being anywhere to now really turning close to making a VFL list. Talk about that journey, talk about how that makes you feel. Does that make you feel?
Oh yeah, obviously really proud of myself, but
yep.
Obviously so grateful for everyone that's helped me, and that was one thing I just can't wait till when I find out, when I sign, I just can't wait to message the people that I'm going to message and see their reactions. Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
And just thank them so much for everyone that's helped me along the way.
Yep. So let's talk about your friendship with Ethan. So Ethan, both you went to Caulfield Grammar. How did you guys meet? Where did you guys, were you from year 7 or what?
Nah, so I came in year 9 because I was a boarder.
Yep. Where are you from, by the way, the country?
Country, New South Wales.
Jerilderie.
Shout out Jerilderie.
The old Jerilderie. Where is Jerilderie?
Southern Riverina, southern New South Wales, near Tocumwal.
Oh, for I don't think I've ever been out in the country that far. So Jerilderie, tell us more about Jerilderie.
So I came in year 9, and Ethan and I, we were good, we were mates sort of probably year 9 and 10. And then as we went into year 11 and as we started training here and sort of realised how much we actually had in common,
Jerilderie.
we started to get along a lot more and just became best mates. And now, when he doesn't ditch me to go overseas,
he goes overseas for how long? 6 months at a time?
Oh yeah, about 3 or 4. He's back in about 20 days or something.
Oh really? Well, who's counting?
Yeah.
Who's counting? We're not. Okay, so where you been training at this year? Who's your home? By the way, first of all, who's your home club?
This year?
Yeah, have I put you on the
Caulfield Grammarians.
We dug the boys. So Caulfield, they in A grade, aren't they?
Yeah. So
could be a belting.
Exciting year for them, but no, it'll be interesting to see how they go because they don't have a lot of star sort of firepower. But
Brendan Goddard still play?
No, he's not. I don't think.
He's not.
But they have recruited they don't have a lot of big names, but they have recruited a lot of sort of state league players.
Man, you're up against some A grade team, premier teams that have ex-AFL firepower. St Kevin's have Tom Boyd. I mean, apparently last year's grand final. You were playing for Uni Blues or Blacks. Blues. How many ex-AFL players were playing on the ground?
20 odd.
That's ridiculous. How good was the game though?
Fucked.
Was that quick?
And then there would have been another 5 or 6 VFL.
Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. What have you been doing for? So in terms of that's your football side, but what have you been doing at uni at the moment?
Sports science and sports management.
Oh, I think you're in the right place for sports science. What year are you in sports science?
What year? Second. Started this week.
Ooh, second. Oh, so started this week.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with it?
At the moment, I want to do something like this.
Oh, come to the right
pump
place.
Pump your tyres up a bit more, mate.
Yeah, keep going. Yep. MacGuyFitness.com.au, Christian Woodford Signature Series. Just I forgot to go. I got to pump out as our sponsors, as always, MacGuyFitness.com.au, Christian Woodford Signature Series. The best supplements in the game. The best rehab tools in the game. The best. Keep going. Second year sports science. How have you been finding it?
Well, I've only had one day. I was meant to go yesterday, but I had a game, so...
How'd you go at your game yesterday? Who'd you play, by the way?
Northern Blues.
How did it all go?
We lost by 5, but that doesn't really matter. Cracky game, but played all right. Was just solid. Did a couple of things wrong, but majority of the stuff I did was.
Did you play at Icon Park?
Yeah.
How many games are at Icon Park?
Oh, I think I play a few there.
Is it a good ground?
Unreal.
Really?
Yeah. Carlton were training there before us too.
Were they? Any AFL boys listed played or no?
No, not yesterday. They had just VFL.
So it's only VFL only?
On yesterday it was.
Oh.
They only had VFL boys playing.
Quick game?
Yeah, pretty quick.
Freezer play? Did a shout out to Nate Freeman?
No.
Didn't play?
No.
Where's he slot into the team?
In the guts.
Does he? He's a big unit, isn't he?
He's a large unit.
Who's going to be captain this year? Do you know?
Josh Newman's the captain.
No idea who that is. Okay, so down at Frankston, your home team's Caulfield Sports Science. Girlfriend, I'm going to put you under pump here. Any girlfriend?
No.
Why not? Jerilderie, any women in Jerilderie?
No.
Any women in Jerilderie? No?
No, you just got to make the most of it while you're young, mate.
Jesus Christ.
You'd know about that.
Oh, mate, I'm still doing it. What are you talking about? I quickly want to touch back on, and this is very important because this is the whole idea why I did this Askwoodford with you. I want to go back. We skipped over that bit, but I want to get a little bit more about you. But I want to talk about the moment that everything changed for you. Was there a moment that everything fucking clicked for you? Because for me, it took a while for you to click. I reckon you were here a year and a half before anything really clicked. For me personally, my moment was going up to and giving you a bit of a fucking pep talk and a spray. Either way, you can look at it as either pep talk, you can look at it as a spray, or you can look at it like I was actually giving a fuck. I remember going up to you and saying, "Are you fucking real? You know, you've got to stop fucking whinging, and you either fucking want to do." This whole facility was made for people who are loyal, who are disciplined, who want to get better. I don't give a fuck if you play A grade, B grade, C grade, D1. I don't give a fuck if you play over 60s. I don't care. If you want to get better, Woodford's the place for you. And I think that, for me, the moment was me coming up to you, for me personally, and saying, I felt everything changed after that. I don't know for you, but I said, fuck, what are you doing Do you want to have a crack at this? Do you want to get better? Let's be real here. Gave you a spray, whatever you want to think of it. And I felt like from that moment, I saw you change in that discipline. You turned up, you didn't complain, you became a part of this fabric that is Woodford. Now you kind of won't leave now, so it's kind of annoying, really, right? So let's talk about that. What was the defining moment? Because something changed, man. Yeah. Something would have had to change. You didn't just go, oh, I'm not playing once in year 12, and then all of a sudden nearly make a VFL list the year after. What happened?
I don't know. Like, I don't reckon there was a really specific moment. It was probably just like a bit of a period that I went through that I was like, well, if I want to be serious about it, like I'm gonna have to fucking switch on here.
Yep.
And yeah, there's probably a few sort of moments over a few weeks that kind of built up.
Manifested.
And yeah. I do think that, yeah, there was like a point where I was like, oh fuck, I've just got to stop, like you say, just stop complaining.
Correct.
And just, yeah, work hard.
Just put the work in, yeah. And I think that it's a lesson for everyone out there. You can either sit back, you can complain, you can whinge, you can make excuses, or you can just literally shut the fuck up and put in the work. And if you do that consistently over a period of 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, I guarantee you'll reach your goals. I mean, you're living proof. You came from nowhere. Yours is probably up there with probably my 3 favourite stories. Honestly, because you didn't come in this talented kid who was the best of best. You didn't. You had to work hard for it. No one can ever take that away from you. So when you do sign, what a moment for you it must be and your family. I think that's fantastic. For a kid who wasn't the most talented, who busted their ass, who earned every part of it. You have earned this. You can't ever say you haven't earned this. You have fucking earned this. Yeah. So, from my point of view, congratulations. Yeah. You worked your ass off. You deserve all the respect that you get. I respect you so much. As I told you, I didn't respect you because of your work ethic. And then I just told you, shut the fuck up and work, and you'll earn my respect. You don't earn my respect by bitching, moaning, complaining, writing little bitch-ass messages to me and swearing at me. You don't earn that. You want to be a real man? You want to be a real man? You want to be a big boy? You come, you work hard, and you earn my respect. And I just hate people I don't like people who whinge, complain, and then blame others. Don't you fucking yelling at you, screaming, you bitchy. Shut up. Be quiet. Let the real men work. You go to the side, little boy. Fucking people like that annoy the fuck out of me, so you earn my respect. So the future, what does the future hold for you? What do you want out of life? You kind of change your mindset. What do you want out of life? What are you going to take?
I don't know.
Do you have a general goal?
Not really at the moment. Kind of just enjoying it and seeing what happens out of it. But
enjoying the process,
yes.
They could say.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have a specific end goal. Just enjoy it while it's here. Enjoy these years.
Yep. I think your story, everyone can learn from your story. But I'll be honest, I think everyone can learn from your story because you set yourself at a goal, you stopped giving a fuck what anyone thought. And I know for a fact you did because you backed me when you had to back me. And I think from that moment on, I think that was it for me. I think for everyone just to understand that without going into the detail of the story, Lachie backed me probably about 8 months ago when I needed a few people to back me a little bit. When he knew the inside story, when no one else did, and people throwing stones, he backed me when he had to. I think from that moment on, you had my utmost respect and love. I'm like, well, this is because you're not. I think that you've stood for something you believed in now, and you've stood for your own career. And man, in all honesty, I respect you more than 99% of people. And that takes, and you can ask my family, there's very rarely do I respect many people because of their general shit work ethic. You're one of the people I'd be like, I respect him 100%. He can have the key to my gym. I wouldn't really care because I know he'd do the right thing. That's a big, coming from someone who thought you had the worst work ethic to now, I think that your work ethic could beat most people. You would literally, I believe your career now could go anywhere. Like the sky's the limit. Yeah. Just have a crack. You're young, how old are you?
19.
Jesus Christ, that's so young, so youthful. And he's single, girls. Pick that one. I respect the hell out of you, man. And you've got a great story, and this is why I wanted to promote his story, because he came down as a 16-year-old?
Yeah, 16.
16-year-old, made a lot of excuses, bullshit along, and then one day it just clicks. It does, doesn't it? Sometimes it doesn't. It just clicks out of nowhere, and it clicked for him as a 16-year-old, now 19, looking to sign his first VFL contract after coming from nowhere. Absolutely fantastic story. Respect this young man right here. He's the fabric of Woodford. He's the leader of Woodford these days. He's just kind of always here, always smiling, always having a good time. Who's your favourite? Come on, who's your favourite? All right, I'll put you on the pump here. Who's your favourite staff member here? And you can't add me because I'm not really staff. This is
Probably Brick. Brick and I just get along. I don't know. We just have.
What's your favourite Brick? Obviously everyone loves Brick because it's Brick, but he's so sweet, so.
He's just a really girthy man. No.
Who's your?
I don't know. We just get along really well. We just make gags all the time.
Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, favourite member here because you're a member here. Apart from Ethan, you can't say Ethan. But who's one who when they come in, you're always like Jesus Christ. Brady.
That's tough. Least favourite.
Oh, don't. He does annoy people.
Nah,
Jesus.
Right.
Brady, we love you.
Right.
Come on, give us.
Probably Mickey Can or Melanda.
Melanda, I knew you were going to say that. Mickey Can when she's not playing AFLW, probably Mickey Can, Melanda. We've got good people here. You have to admit when the training atmosphere is good, it is good.
It's pumping.
No, it is, and you know what? We're picking back up again, which is good. But we've got you're one of those people who is really good for the environment. Where we have an array of individuals who are very
an array. That's a big word.
Well, it's an array of individuals who are very how do I put it? Different in character. We've got some characters at Woodford.
Yeah.
I'm the lead character here, we have to admit, and then we have some interesting individuals. But listen, all makes the fabric of Woodford. He is one of the main leaders of Woodford. It's fantastic to have him here at Woodford Sports Science Consulting. Like it would be fantastic to have you down at Woodford Sports Science Consulting. We offer memberships, one-on-one, semi-private. If you are interested, info@woodfordssc.com or DM the Facebook or Instagram page right now. We are accepting. We've probably got about five or six more spots for memberships, but you kind of have to. When I meet you or one of the other guys meet you, we have a general gist on what your personality type is because we do allow a fair bit to. We do trust a lot of people here, and I've got to have trust in people. That's the most important thing to owning a facility. You've got to have trust in your athletes and trust in people. You come here by yourself all the time. Yeah, and you've got to have trust to. Apart from that one time that someone broke my Maryland one, we're getting cameras in here, but we need cameras anyway, just for safety reasons anyway. But anyway, Kenneth, I want to thank you for coming on the show. You are a fantastic role model, exemplary person at Woodford Sports Science Consulting and in your life, my young friend. I'm proud of you, everything you've achieved, and I can't wait to get that message of thank you, Wood, for everything. Can't wait. That's so sweet. But honestly, great story. I would follow Lachie. Where can they follow you? At Lachlan Kennett.
Lachie Kennett. I don't know.
Lachie.
Yeah, KENNT.
Lachie
_Kennett on
Yep.
Instagram.
So
Probably won't accept you.
If
I don't know you.
Bit harsh. If you're a woman, you'd definitely accept, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, follow Lachie's story. I'll probably post the update to this because this won't be up for a few weeks. I'll post the update to it. Fantastic story. I wanted to bring him on the show while Brycey wasn't here. I want to thank Lachie for coming on. Ripper bloke. I want to thank you guys for watching. Once again, you can turn your life around. You can get anything you want if you put your mind to it. Stop making excuses and go after what you want. The biggest thing which I think he learned is who gives a fuck what anyone thinks. But at the end of the day, man, it's your goals, no one else's. Focus on what you want, work your ass off, and go get it. Thank you, Lachie. Thanks, Woodford Universe, for watching again. This has been the Ask Woodford Show, episode, I think, 57. I don't even know, 58 maybe. Bryce will update you, but I'll see you guys next week on a new episode of Ask Woodford. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week.